Hey, can I come in? Well, there's agreeing to in a text, and then there's, actually seeing me, so. Okay, cool. Um, oh, wow. Huh. You've painted. That was quick. Well, I guess it's a new start of a sort. I didn't know you hated the old colour of the room so much, but yeah, I guess I get it. Needing a change. I guess we both gonna. Yeah. Yeah, I'm leaving soon. I'm leaving, well, tomorrow night, actually. I have all my bags packed. They're in the car outside. A bunch of stuff sent forward, and my whole life to the other side of the world. It's not getting any easier to believe or to come to terms with in some ways, but well, I'm here. I'm here because this is all really hard, and I know that's not fair to say to you, given that I'm the one who's leaving, and I know it's not what you would have liked. I'm still sorry, but it's, well, it's been my dream forever, and I can't pass it up, not even for you. I can't. It's what I've wanted my whole life, and I was working so hard to make it happen, and then you came along and it seemed like it wouldn't happen, and I was so happy being with you, and then all of a sudden, from nowhere, the opportunity of a lifetime springs up, but I have to leave, and you have your commitments here, and we know all this. And well, I was trying to come to terms with it as best I could, and to be, for lack of a better way of saying it, a man about it. When we broke up, it was maybe, I don't know, I feel like I coped with it better because I was trying to help you through it to an extent, and maybe explaining myself and trying to be comforting to you helped me keep the worst of my emotional fallout in, but I can't stay. I know you know that, and I'm sorry if this feels like me showing up at your door and poking a wound that you're desperately trying to, well, paint over. I just, I wanted to say I'm sorry again, and I wanted to say that although I know I have to go, I wish we could have had more time together. And maybe I don't know. I'm always gonna have amazing memories of this, and it's always gonna be a little thought in the back of my head, I guess, that I hope this dream is worth it for what you gave up, you know? And if maybe I'm struggling, and I'm struggling to cope with the idea that maybe had we met a year earlier, maybe I would have turned this down and kept fighting for something closer to home, or maybe I would have found some other way, or maybe, and just all these thoughts swirling about in my head, and I'm leaving for the dream, for everything I've ever wanted in theory, and all I can think about is you. And it's almost worrying. But I can't get you out of my head. And I can't imagine I don't know. I wanted to come and to try and be honest and to just, not that I wasn't honest before, but I guess I didn't want to leave without saying this to you, to your face in person, because it's all true. Because you do, because you are an amazing person, because hell, I'll be lucky if I find someone like you, and you absolutely should have the belief and confidence that you're an amazing catch. But, well, this is the hardest thing, the hardest decision I've ever had in my life. And I suppose I wanted a kind of closure, and that hopefully we could, not leave it bitter or angry or disappointed. And if you feel any of those things, I hope you understand why I have to go, but I ultimately can't blame you. You have every right to feel, well, any of those things. But I do think that it would be unfair to me to try and stay. And there's no guarantee, that, what if we stay together, but the guilt of keeping me from my dream hits you, or the longing to know what could have been hits me, and what if I never get a better opportunity, and what if 3 months down the line we break up, and then as you can tell, thoughts swirling around and around and around, and I'm just in an incoherent ramble with no beginning, middle, or end, no sort of structure to it. I'm just blurting out all my feelings to you because I can't structure it, because it's all one big typhoon of emotion and time running out, and not having said to you that we shared one of the best periods of my life, and that no matter what you think of me, I'm always going to treasure the time we spent together. And that, I can't stop thinking about you. Well, maybe it's not too surprising, given if I can't stop thinking about you, then I suppose it shouldn't shock me that what we had's in your mind as well. What am I gonna miss most? I mean, there's a kind of not very PG answer to that question. No, I don't think I'm going to say that loud because if nothing else, I think you know what I'm talking about. Um, PG corny answer is actually cooking together. Not even necessarily the meals we produced because, I had a part in them, so they were always potentially ruined by that fact. But the actual, I don't know, there was something really zen and comfortable and fun, and I don't know, it was a really, no matter what had happened at work or what drama was going on in life or whatever else, coming back to being able to just see each other again and just do that and just be super comfortable and be able to say anything. And yeah, I think it's that. You? Yeah, I want your PG answer, at least for now. For now, yeah. Well, I mean, it's a cute answer. I think mine's cuter, though, if we're being completely honest about it. We put it to an independent panel of jurors. They were going to go with me. Well, it's something about. It's not just what happens, the way you tell the story. I'm such a magnificent storyteller, obviously, that I'll have them crying. I'll have them in the palm of my hand. The jury shall be like putty to me. Something like that, right? I'll miss this too. Just silly, false competitions and just. I promised myself I wouldn't ask you to come with me because I know it's completely insane. I know we agreed it couldn't happen. I know why we agreed that, and we were right, and we're still right, and no amount of hormones and thoughts about what could have happened changes that your life is here and mine now isn't. And that, we both have reasons to not want to do long distance. And again, we were right. But I hope we can at least still chat once in a while, maybe. Or if it's too painful or if you want to move on, I'll understand. But maybe it'll be me that feels it's too painful. I don't know. I mean, the time zone difference is going to make it hard to do many calls. At least one of us is going to have to be up in the middle of the night, which, hey, granted, I can do, but with the new job, maybe I can't do. I don't know, we'll see. It's going to be a funny thing that, especially when I'm settling in, it's kind of a question in my head actually is that on the one hand, talking to you would be comforting. On the other hand, it would make me want to come back, probably, especially if I was struggling socially or lonely or anything like that. Yeah, well, I'll definitely, keep in touch and try and call you at some point. I guess a large part of the reason for coming was just Yeah, this. Being honest and just saying, look, I tried to, I guess, pretend that I was gonna be more okay with walking away and chasing my dream and just saying, oh well, this can't be, then maybe I really am. No, I'm not. I'm not looking for forgiveness. Again, if you want to be angry with me forever, I can't hold it against you. I can't blame you. I know it's I know it sucks, and I feel like I'm just gonna say similar things over and over and over about how much it's. I just didn't, I suppose, want you to think it was easier for me to walk away. I didn't want to make you feel as if it wasn't worth a lot to me and that it wasn't a difficult decision. I didn't want you to feel like I was just, or that you were just some person who I was hanging out with for fun. And as soon as this job thing came up, I was just out the door. Okay, bye. It was nice knowing you. That this meant a lot to me. And I hope, no matter how much you may feel negatively towards me in the future at some point, that fact is never in doubt. That this meant a lot to me. Yeah, well, we can try and line up the conversation a little bit if you want. What's the non-PG answer? Again, you know what it is. And you can look at me with a twinkle in your eye all you want, because, yeah, you know exactly what the non-PG answer is, so don't... And smiling at me like that is only going to cause further trouble. Well, maybe a crazy thought, the kind of impulse running away or to or from an airport or whatever, but in my head, I've been trying to say to myself, don't say this, because it might go against, or it might seem like it's against what I just said about it meaning a lot to me emotionally and all that kind of stuff, but, well, if I'm going to be honest about everything, I still want you. And I've got one night left. And in some ways, there's not a weird kind of romance to that. Maybe not, maybe I'm crazy, but one night to let out every bit of passion, every wild thought, everything. One night of celebration of everything we had and our time together. One night of, I guess, in a sense, closure. But one night where you get everything I have. Every little piece of me that I can give to you, everything. I would really want to do that. And if you don't, then you don't. But the way I'm pretty sure I see in your eyes that it's there for you too. And I don't really see why not. Do you? Is this something we should deny ourselves? Is this something we should run away from? Or can we not just have this one night, one last time. I think we both deserve it. What do you think?